Hello students, in the last lecture we have seen uh, the measurement system, and then there we have seen the importance of converting a signal from one form to the another. So different components in the measurement system has different requirements of the input signal. Some receives the signal in analog form, some receives the signal in digital form, and to interface these different components with each other, we need to convert the signal from one form to the another so as to make them compatible with each other, make them understand the language of each other. So that is why conversion is required. We have seen there are two types of conversions: analog to digital conversion, that is called ADC, and digital to analog conversion, that is called DAC. Now, as far as your syllabus is concerned, there are two methods of converting a signal from digital to analog, and these two methods are binary weighted type DAC, and the second method is R2R DAC. Okay. So there are two methods of converting signal from digital to analog, that is binary weighted type DAC, and another one is R2R DAC. Okay. Now this binary weighted type DAC is also called as adder type. It is also called as adder type. Adder type, and this is called as ladder type. So there are two types, adder type and ladder type. Okay, so adder type DAC, ladder type DAC. So out of these two we are going to see the first one, that is binary weighted type DAC, that is also called as adder type DAC. Now, this is binary weighted type DAC. So DAC stands for digital to analog conversion. Okay, that means a digital signal is converted into analog signal. Okay. So what is analog signal? Now imagine you are measuring a flow from the pipe. Okay, and there is a lot of variation in the flow from the pipe, and you are measuring that flow. So you have installed a sensor, flow sensor in the pipe, and you are measuring a flow from the pipe, and there is a lot of variation in the flow in the pipe. Okay, so analog signal means what? Analog signal. So this is time versus amplitude. Amplitude means flow rate, that is liter per minute. Okay, so we are measuring the flow in terms of liter per minute, and there is a variation in the flow. Okay. So this physical variation in the flow is actually sensed by the sensor, and accordingly it converts into analog voltage. So time versus voltage. So this voltage variation will also be similar to that of the physical. Okay. So as the flow rate is changing, accordingly the voltage is also varying in this respect. Okay. So this variation in the voltage is actually analog signal. Okay. So this is actually an analog signal. Now we need to convert this analog signal into digital signal and digital signal into analog signal. Now for converting this analog signal into digital signal, what we are doing, we are taking this sample at the equal intervals. For converting this analog signal to digital, actually we are learning digital to analog conversion, but I am just giving a brief idea of how analog signal is converted into digital signal. So we are taking the samples at some fixed interval of time. So we are taking the signals at some fixed interval of time, and these values gives us the digital signal. For example, this is 0.5, this is 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. So at this fixed interval of time, these analog signal is converted into digital. For example, here there is 0.5 value. At second interval it is 1.2. At third interval it is 1.4. At fourth interval it is 0.6. So like this analog signal is converted into digital signal. Now this analog signal is converted into a series of numbers, or you can call it as digital signal. Now these digital signals are converted into binary number. It is converted into binary number. So in unit number 4 we are actually learning how a decimal number is converted into binary number. So finally this digital signal is converted into binary number, and this digital signal is actually converted into 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 1 into the binary form. Okay, so binary, what is binary number? We know binary number contains only two symbols, that is 0 and 1, and this is how this binary number looks like. Now here this binary signal can be 4-bit binary number. So these are represented in either 4-bit or 8-bit or 16-bit or 32-bit or 64-bit, like that. Okay. Now here we see a 4-bit binary number. So say it is 1 0 1 1. So 1 2 3 4. So there are 4-bit binary number. So this is 4-bit. So 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0. So this is 8-bit binary number. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So this is 8-bit binary number. So like this, these binary signals are sampled in 4-bit or 8-bit or 16-bit or 32-bit, depending upon the processing capability of the component. Okay. Now here I will take an example of 4-bit digital signal. Now this is a 4-bit digital signal, 1011 suppose. or rather 1011. Okay. So this is a 4-bit signal which we are interested in converting into analog signal. Okay. So this is B1, or rather we start with, this is B0, B1, B2, B3. Now this binary number can be converted into decimal number because this is 2 to the power 0, this is 2 to the power 1, this is 2 to the power 2, and this is 2 to the power 3. So converting this binary number into decimal number is, this is 1, so 1 into, this is the weight, these are the weights. These are the weights associated with each position. Okay. So this is units, this is tens, hundreds, thousands. So, and these are the weights associated with each positions. So 1 into 2 to the power 0. This is 1 into 2 to the power 1. This is 0 into 2 to the power 2, and this is 1 into 2 to the power 3. So 1 into 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 0 is 1, so 1 into 1 is 1. So 1 into 2 to the power 1, so 1 into 2, answer is 2. This is 0, and 2 to the power 3 is 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 1 is 8, and the addition of all these 4 numbers will give you a decimal number. This is decimal number. So this is binary to decimal conversion. Okay. So in this 11, the maximum contribution is that of this number. Maximum contribution is that of this number because the weight associated with this number is highest. Okay, so weight associated with this number is highest, so that is why it is called as most significant bit. Okay, so the leftmost position is called most significant bit, and the least contribution, though here it is 0, but if had it been a 1, if you convert it into 1, so what will be? It will be 1. 1 into 2 to the power 2, it will be 4. So answer would be 12, 14, 15. Okay. So if you go from this side to this side, the significance goes on decreasing. So here this is the least significant bit, LSB, because the contribution of this bit in the final answer is the minimum. So that is why this is called least significant bit, this is called most significant bit. Why? Because the weights associated with these positions, so for LSB the weight is 2 to the power 0, and which is the least one, and the weight associated with the MSB is the highest. So according to the weights associated with the bits, they are most significant and least significant. Okay, that means, so this is digital to binary to decimal conversion. In the same way, this digital signal is converted into analog signal, and according to the weights. Okay, so we'll see how this conversion takes place. So this is B3, B2. So there are 4 bits. That is why there will be 4 terminals here. B1 and B0. Okay, so this terminal get connected to B0, this terminal get connected to B1, this terminal connected to B2, and this terminal is connected to B3. So this we know that it is the most significant bit and this is least significant bit. Okay, so these are the switches. So this is B3, B2, B1 and B0. Then resistance. Now we know that if we are measuring a output voltage, so this bit must have the highest contribution because the weight associated with this bit is highest. So that is why while converting a 4-bit digital signal to analog voltage, the voltage contribution of B3 will be highest because this is most significant bit. So that is why we put a resistance as R. Now Ohm's law, according to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. That means voltage is directly proportional to the resistance. Higher the resistance, higher will be voltage, lower the resistance, lower will be voltage. Okay. So here we have put the resistance as the lowest resistance R. Now as V goes on increasing, the contribution of the voltage goes on decreasing. So for reducing the voltage output, we need to increase the resistance. Increase the resistance. So that is why here we put the resistance as 2R. Okay. So here resistance is high. That means the voltage output at here will be the lesser than this one. Okay. Similarly, again the weight associated with this bit is further less, so its contribution will be further less, and to compensate the less contribution, what we'll do, we increase the resistance by 4R. So R into 2, 2R into 2, 4R, and this is LSB. That means the voltage contribution will be the least one, and that is why we put the highest highest resistance here, that is 8R. And the output, so the voltage output or the current output from each branch is added together. So for adding the voltage from every branch, or to add the current from every branch, so for example this is I3 current, this is I2 current, this is I1 current, this is I0 current. So different currents are coming from different branches, and we need to add those current from different branches to find out the output voltage V out. So for adding the current from the different branches, we use operational amplifier. Operational amplifier, or it is also called as op-amp. So op-amp means it is operational amplifier. Now operation means it performs the different mathematical operations such as addition. So it performs, the name operational amplifier itself suggests that it performs the various mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, integration, and differentiation. Okay, so op-amp performs the different mathematical operations on the signal. So here we are interested in addition of the current from all the branches. So for this we connect there are two terminals, inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal. So we are interested in adding the current of all the branches. So for this we convert the inverting terminal with this this one, and non-inverting as grounded, and here some reference voltage is applied here. This is RF, reference voltage. Okay, this RF is a reference voltage. So this is an operational amplifier, and its function is to find out its function is to add the current from all the branches. Okay, now output voltage. How to obtain the output voltage? Output voltage, so we know that Ohm's law says it is V is equal to IR. So here output voltage is equal to, here the resistance is RF into I out. So here there is a current called I out. Right? So this is the voltage output, V is equal to IR. So here resistance is the reference resistance RF, and output is I out. Now we know that this I out is the addition of all the four currents. So RF into I3 plus I2 plus I1 plus I0. Now this I3 is nothing but, now here we are applying a constant voltage. We are applying a constant voltage, say 5 volt. So V equal to 5 volt. 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 Okay. So if this bit is 1, that means this will contribute a 5 volt voltage. If it is 1, then this will contribute 5 volt voltage. So like that constant voltage is connected to the each terminal. So according to I3, so I3 में resistance कितना है R, और voltage कितना apply हो रहा है V. So it will be V upon R plus I2 में resistance कितना है 2R, voltage कितना apply हो रहा है a constant voltage 5 volt V. So it will be V upon 2R. Similarly, this is V upon 4R plus V upon 8R. Okay. Now we assume RF is equal to R. We assume that RF is equal to R. So output voltage is equal to, यहाँ पे R कॉमन ले लेंगे. So RF upon R in bracket V upon R V upon 1 plus V by 2 plus V by 4 plus V by 8. Okay. So V out is equal to V plus V by 2 plus V by 4 plus V by 8. So this is how the output voltage is calculated in binary weighted type DAC. Okay. So I hope that you have understood the working of this adder type DAC, in which the resistances are maintained in a particularly in particular manner according to the weights associated with each position. Okay, and this is how a digital signal is converted into an analog voltage. So thank you very much for be with this video. Thank you.